All right.
What is gas?
Gas is gear acquisition syndrome, and that is whenever you want to accumulate a lot of gear, essentially. So you kind of get lost in all the latest and greatest cameras that have really great tech specs, and we feel like we need more to make us better photographers, essentially, when it really comes down to what works best for you and what you actually need as a photographer. But gas is definitely spending a lot of money on gear.
Does the perfect camera exist?
I think that the perfect camera exists in some situations. It depends on where you're at in your life. For me, a perfect camera did exist, and now it does not. Because at the moment in time, whenever I got my first 5D Mark III, it changed the way that I saw the entire world. I used a 35mm 1.4 by Sigma, and it was perfect for what I needed. I don't know if there is a perfect camera, otherwise there would only be one, right? And there would be nothing else, and that's the only camera anybody would have. So I think it's perfect for me in that time of my life. But right now I don't have a perfect camera. There's nothing that works for everything for me. It could be if I didn't go through the whole entire gear acquisition syndrome, I believe. So if I was just limited to one camera, then that still would be perfect for me. But overall, no, there is no perfect camera.
Have sensors changed much?
I think that sensors have changed a lot. There's like backside illuminated sensors that are really powerful, quick to process things, and the advancements in autofocus and everything. But that's more on the technology side rather than the actual sensor side. And the sensors handle dynamic range a lot better than they used to. So yes, they have changed, but for most applications, I think older cameras work pretty well unless you're shooting video or high dynamic range situations, in my opinion.
Tell me about the 5D Mark III.
The 5D Mark III is the camera that actually paved the way for my career 100%. You used it also, and do you enjoy using it?
I think the pictures look the best straight out of camera, out of any camera that I've used.
Why do you think that?
What do you mean?
Why do you think it looks so good? There's a reason. What is it?
I don't know.
I think that it has a lot to do with the sensor and the lens that we use. I think that this camera is still to this day in 2023, it's 12 years old, maybe older now, and it still performs so well. And you've shot with it, you feel good about it, other than the optical viewfinder that a lot of people don't like because everybody's used to EVFs now. So you can see everything in the frame as it is rather than seeing it through a screen, which I think can be very powerful because you pay attention to more of what's going on within the frame. I think autofocus can be a good thing, and it can also kind of take you out of your creativity and what's happening in the moment, if that makes sense. But overall, the build quality of it is super robust. It lasts forever. It's very reliable. And for anybody that's just beginning with their photographic journey, I still think that this is one of the best cameras, period, because it does have a full frame sensor. It is reliable, and it has a slew of lenses that you can use for it. And I think that it's a really good way to learn. And if it's something that you've never shot on as far as an optical viewfinder goes, I think you really need to do that for yourself. And it helped me, and just having this camera again has been very nostalgic. And I feel like I can get a little bit more creative than I have been recently, which is really fun and really nice to hop back into that old seat.
At the end of the day, does it all come down to preference?
At the end of the day, it does all come down to preference, because you may need something completely different than I need. It just so happened to be what aligned with me and the things that I needed within my photographic journey at the time, and it changed the way that I saw everything. And maybe that was lens choice in combination with the actual 5D Mark III body. I don't think anybody should just go out and buy a 5D Mark III unless you have some money, or if you just started out with photography and don't want to spend a ridiculous amount of money on a brand new system that's going to cost you $5,000, when you can actually have a really good camera for a very low price that still works really good to this day. And you can find some that are not beat to hell like mine. And yeah, I think it's definitely preference and whatever feels right for you in the moment. And a lot of us think that that's spending a lot of extra money that we don't need to spend. And I just want people to know that, kind of, and that's why I wanted to make this video, that there are things that are more important than tech specs. And you need to learn how to see light and understand shadows and everything composition wise. So yeah, it's all preference, and I hope that this video helps somebody out there. Sarah and I are going on a photo shoot today, actually, to photograph on this actual camera, and all the images that you've seen through this video have been shot on the 5D Mark III over the last 12 years with a few gaps whenever I sold it. So I really hope that these images bring to light what you really need as a photographer, and hopefully it helps you decide not to spend so much money if you don't really need to, especially if you're just getting into this. I think saving money when you can is very important. So just keep that in the back of your mind. And I hope you enjoy this photo shoot, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace. 5D Mark III, very first professionally owned camera. It is a beast, and it has no dials. Like, all this stuff has worn completely off. It's beat to hell and back. It's been dropped every single way you could possibly imagine, and it still kind of works. 100% actually. It works really, really well. I love this camera. It's great. It really is great. So yeah, we're gonna do this shoot, and super stoked about it. So there. Now let's get our arms wrapped around each other real tight, just like that. And then drop your hand down your shoulder, just a little bit like that. Okay, perfect. Now with each other, just like that. All right, and Michael, with your right hand, I want you to kind of, actually, let's go with your left hand. Just kind of mess with your hair in the back. Just kind of like mess it up a little bit. The wind's already doing it anyways. Let's go right hand this time. All right. Thanks, man. 1, 2, 3. And again. Let's switch equal. Let's go on opposite side. Just a little taller. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. Oh yeah. That is great. There you go. might want to do something different with your arms, but... Alright, so Mads, with your right hand, I want you to come up to his shirt, his lapel here. Like on the inside of it. Like that right there, yeah. And then kind of grab it, and then kind of pull him into you a bit. Just like that right there. Lovely.
Got it, Michael?
Look down your left a little more. Make him work for that kiss. Kind of lean with it. That's great. Hey, could you guys hold hands? And then while you're holding hands with both, I want you to lean forward, okay? As far as you can without
Like
falling.
lean this way?
Yeah. Just kind of lean forward a little bit so it's not so far. Just like that right there. And one more like that. 1, 2. That one light pole back there just has to give me trouble. Alright, 1, 2. Alright, so you're going to be in this square. And you're going to be in the one you're in right now. I want you guys to hold hands here. Just like that. But I want you to look opposite directions of each other. Let's get that hand in your pocket over here. Let's just get this one across the body and let's get the leg. So you come lean in. Yeah, like that. Just relax. And one more. Y'all look at each other?
Yeah.
And then they kind of intersect with the other lines that are going on.
Yeah.
If you guys are out here and I'm in there, it's going to make like a really nice frame. Okay. So what I want you guys to do is just hold hands and walk beside each other, but I want you to walk kind of swiftly, and I want you both looking towards Sarah when you walk, if you don't mind. And
do you want us to like be at the same step?
I think that would be great if you could pull that off. Maybe
We could do it. We
maybe.
did. Yeah.
Excellent. One more. Everybody look to your left. All right, Mads, I'm gonna have you lean up just a little bit this time. There you go, just like that. I want you to look towards me. Michael, give her a kiss on the head there. That's good. Let's do that one more time. 1, 2. All right, so what we're doing now is whenever I pulled up in the car, there was a lot of beams throughout this parking lot, and I thought that it'd be a really good idea to shoot in the driver's seat of the car, through the columns, through the wires, to the couple, which are right there, as you can see. Yeah, I mean, that's a good shot right there, honestly. Everybody, we're gonna do it one more time. I'm gonna be on the opposite side, so I'm gonna get you guys. So let's get you right and white. Perfect. Show that. And whenever he lifts you up, I want you to look back towards Sarah just so we can get some more light on you. He's already facing the light, right?
Okay.
Go for a kiss. The only issues that I really have with this is the tilt screen is kind of weird not having it anymore. I know a lot of cameras don't have it, but like Sarah said, it was very useful. So I'd find myself doing this quite often, but I do have a really good idea of where things are located because I did this for so long. So it's not something I run into very often. It's just really good to shoot with this camera again, and I'm really excited to see what all these images look like, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Until next time, peace. Thank you, Sarah, for videoing.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
You're the best.